Petrographic description of sedimentary rocks with Petroledge. Petroledge system optimizes the workflow for petrographic characterization of sedimentary rocks. In this chapter, you will learn to start a new description and to perform macroscopic and microscopic analysis with Petroledge. To start a new description, click on the New Description toolbar New Description icon. The identification screen will be shown. The description name field is mandatory. Other information, such as depth, can be also informed. To save the new description, click on the Save icon on the toolbar. The field Important Observations is a text annotation space where it can be summarized the most important features observed in the sample, including classification, major textural characteristics, as well as primary and secondary processes and constituents. To include photos in the new description, click on Images button in the right corner of the screen identification. Click the Import button and locate the image file on your computer. Select the desired image and click Attach. A window will open. You can view the imported image and it will be necessary to define the purpose of the photo. You can add multiple purposes. Click OK. The imported image can be exported, removed, or edited. Previous observations on the image can be changed. To edit a photo, use the Edit tool. Using this tool, you can create an arrow, draw a shape, add a label, add text, or view the subtitle. To describe the microscopic attributes, access the main menu Analysis, and then click on the item Microscopic Description. In Microscopic Description, you can inform the main structures and their size, the textural aspects of grain size, granulometry, grains, or crystal size, granularity, crystals for crystalline rocks, including the main single modal size, other modal sizes, sorting, sphericity, roundness, and roundness modifiers. In microscopic description, it's possible to describe the fabric aspects of orientation, support, intergranular contacts, and packing. Structures. To insert structure more visible and its there of scales. Texture, granulometry, grain. It forms the grain size smaller and bigger and their size. Click on the icon and the spreadsheet will be available for consultation. When choosing the size of the grain, will appear at the bottom in red the number interval size chosen. This will occur again for each grain size entered by issuing a notice in the footer that the amounts recorded in the cell values are incompatible. Likewise, if the nominal grain size entered in cell intended to higher grain particle size is less than the grain size first record, he also issue a registration notice in the footer. Even as the grain size in the low portion must insert the overall percentage observed visually through a scan taken on the blade of your content on gravel, sand, and mud. Sorting. In this item enters the nominal selection of grains that constitute the framework of the blade and its numerical deselection. Clicking on the icon will open the table with the classification of the selection. By assisting the selection table, picks up what classification is the blade and then inserted into the checkbox. Then it appears that your selection by entering their nominal values in its case. Sphericity. In this item enters the sphericity of framework grains. Click the item to select the sphericity. Rounding. In this item enters the sphericity of the grain framework and you can enter the modifiers of rounding. Click on the selection table and select which the most representative rating for the blade. If the change in the rounding of the grain occurs, we click on the modifiers rounding item. Select one or ones that predominate. As related to the texture granularity, crystals fills up the same items described in particle size, beans, now with a description of the approach towards texture and non-crystal grains. Fabric. Orientation is part of the orientation of the grains that make up the framework of the rock. Support Enter information on support of framework of the rock. Packing. Click Packing. The auxiliary table shows the different types of packaging. Choose the representative marshalling his blade and insert the index packaging with the aid of the index field table. Contacts. Check the boxes different contacts along the blade in order of abundance and beside the percentage that represent them. The icon table contains a figure which helps identify the contacts along the blade. After identifying the contact, and insert percentage in blade. For the macroscopic description of the sample, go to the main menu Analysis and then click on the item Macroscopic Description. In Macroscopic Description, you can enter the most important structures using the available list, as well as their respective scales. You can select up to 3 types of structures in the macroscopic description. In granulometry, grains, the main single modal size of the macroscopic sample can be informed by clicking on that cell and choosing the dominant modal size of the grains. In granularity, crystals, for crystalline carbonate, evaporite, siliceous and rock types, the main single modal size of the crystals can be informed. To insert the sample color, click on Color and select the desired AGI rock color chart code or type the name of the color in the text field. In Sorting, inform the macroscopic evaluation of the sorting degree of the sample. In Particle, Crystal, Shape, inform the predominant form of particles or crystals that constitute the rock. In Fabric, it's possible to inform the orientation and the support of the fabric. For more information, visit www.ndeeper.com.